You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Do you sense one of your friends? Toodle?
Mahog Sar. That makes...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Tornado drive! Tornado drive!
If they rush you, you gotta just recover, okay?
Tornado drive!
In here!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Do it!
Take it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I think I'm getting stronger.
An opponent like this should be easy. Dragon Swarm!
Flame!
Not today!
Reload! Lightning orb!
I can carve through all.
Come one, come all!
Now! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Dance in the wind!
No escape! Megasonic thrust!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Begin! That extra training paid off.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'm not done!
Reload!
Resonate with the
Let me
earth!
help leap now.
Stalagmite! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Photon Science! Here!
Oh, thank you!
You got company! Now!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Oh, thank you!
Destruction!
Waters of creation!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart.
Finish it! Now I can let loose.
The heavens must be smiling.
There's something in the... I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Now, where might those fish be? All right. That was disappointing. Oh. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing...
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, It's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. This one will be difficult to predict. Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
You'll finish!
Airborne Beast! Mindset! Lightning Orb! Alright! Showtime!
We got fire!
I've got the land! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Now!
Swing left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Feel!
Elusive deity! Begin! Does it hurt?
I've got it!
Tornado drive!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Resonate with me!
Here I come! None shall escape my judgment!
It's over! Burn in hell!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon form!
More where that came from!
You're mine! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my arts.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Take
You're
this!
mine!
Can't get out of this! Prepare to be sealed! Weaker foot. Actually, I haven't found this more appropriate. In a bind?
More doing.
Air thrust! Mega Ray! After it!
Can you take it?
Dance in the wind! I'll be saving this one! A whirling struggle!
Elusive deity! Tornado drive! I'll face you!
One more time!
Resonate with the air!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed weapon.
Here I come!
Does it hurt? No further! Can you take it? You're mine! Elusive deity! Ready and raring!
Here's another
Prepare to be sealed! Stalagmite!
Nothing gets
Now.
by me!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Resonate with the earth!
Burn it Radiant here! I'm not so good with airborne targets. Going. Gusty nail! Dance in the wind!
Freak!
What if they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Here I go. I'm only getting started. Mega ray! Now!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Mega ray! Carry you to track! It's over! Now! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle!
This could be useful.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty...
I'll take you all off! Take this! You're finished!
Not in your dreams! Here! Down in the wind! Air is a duel of the arts!
This one's all mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
This sounds like a job. This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Not today! Take this! You're finished! Mirage!
Graviton field!
Dragon
Thunder
Swarm!
field! Mega ray! Rage with dark! Now!
Here I come!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Vanquish darkness!
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see about
Here I
that!
go! Megasonic thrust!
Impressive, Jubilee. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
We can...
Really make weapons with this?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Come and
Never
face me.
miss. Here goes! Lightning condemn! One more! Thunderblade!
Take
Lightning!
this!
Downfall!
Roasted Fury!
Here goes! Annihilation!
Take this!
Dance in
You're
the wind!
finished!
Take this!
Let me help now.
Take this!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
All mine!
No complaints here!
Here, let me help. First aid!
I'm not done!
Let's get you off the way!
Resonate with the
Let the marksman handle this! Field!
Eternal devastation!
Fire! One at a time!
No escape!
Mega ray! Field! Annihilation! I'll be finished this
Here!
way!
Elusive deity!
Megasonic thrust!
Thunder field! Searing
I'm
flame!
not done!
Turn the tables on him!
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
Where are you going?
Here I come!
Can you take it?
Megasonic thrust!
Thunder field!
Elusive deity!
I need to be stronger.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. I shall ensure you survive.
Not on my watch!
It's over! Thanks!
Is that a
I can
healing
heal
line?
myself.
It is. Precisely. Healing cannot be returned.
That's the wisest thing you've ever said.
You're mine!
Trip it up.
Not today! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Here I come!
Take this!
One more!
It's over.
Lightning cannon ray!
Make it the official
This nothing! Megasonic thrust!
Air thrust!
Here I come!
Dance in the wind!
It's over!
Air thrust!
I'll smash you!
Light astrolabe!
Dragon Sword!
Elusive deity!
Do it!
Go me! In an instant! Impact block! Now! Here I come!
Take vanquish darkness!
You're mine! Megasonic thrust! Orochi's Fury! It's over!
Run me 1,000 kills! Where are you going?
Here!
Make it the official
Dusty
deity!
nail!
This time! Burn! Not a chance!
Annihilation!
Orochi's Fury! Look sharp!
Lightning Thunderblade!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
This'll make us even more formidable.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then?
This will be a delicious piece of cake. I can't hold on much longer.
Dragon Sword!
Ew. darkness! They're surrounding
Here,
us! Let me help! First aid!
Nothing gets by me!
Astral
That's my cue!
shut him down!
Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Arrow swarm!
Not so fast! I'll take you before!
Eat dirt!
Rotating pile driver!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! 1,000 Gale Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Sure.
Hi, Hoodle! Where are you going?
Dragon swarm!
Mega Ray!
Rotating
Astral energy! Lightning control!
Armor won't save you!
Thunderblade! Cover the casters!
Raging Luna
Glacial Spear! Pierce! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Elusive deity! Pile driver!
Damn it!
Take this!
Resonate with the earth! One more!
Burn in hell!
One last raging cascade!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off. In an instant!
Impact block!
We work well together.
Finally time block! Dragon swarm! Take this! Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver!
Dance in the wind!
Rotating fury!
Air thrust!
Elusive deity! I'm ready! Megasonic thrust! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Raging cascade!
Now!
Here's the
You're
evil!
mine! You're finished!
Elusive deity!
Hey, do it!
Pile driver!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
So I still had room to grow.
Come one, come all!
This one's mine!
Rotating fury!
Cyan instant!
Nothing gets by me! Elusive deity!
Raging cascade!
Come!
Feel!
Begin!
The waters of creation! Tidal wave! Firmament render! I'm ready!
Rotating pile driver!
You're finished!
Radiant
Be
fire!
still!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! This one's mine!
Terrain Alpha!
Firmament render!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'm only getting started!
Be still! Okay.
Annihilate! Arrow swarm! Into the shadows!
I'm ready!
Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later. No
Here's
choice!
the healing arc!
Dragon
Firmament
Force!
render!
Burn!
In a vine?
Confiscated!
I'm not done!
Thank you! Come on! I can carve through armor!
Here's the healing arc!
Denied! Elusive deity! I'm ready!
Megasonic
Glacial
Thrust!
spear! Pierce
Can you
evil!
take it?
Chinese
this.
supernova!
Take this.
Raging cascade!
Elusive deity!
Spread!
Resonate with the earth!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Destroyed by mystic mercy!
Free fire!
Okay, and when you're dead, Gilbert, then tonight's meal is on you. Keep going.
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
My turn! I'll thank you! Elusive deity!
Megasonic Thrust!
Hitting pile driver! Take Resonate with the earth! Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Dance in the wind!
Megasonic Thrust! Pierce!
Annihilation!
You're mine! You're finished!
Leave the chargers to me!
I'm not done!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Elusive deity!
Megasonic Thrust! It's over!
Now! Radiant Blood! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Guess I misread the landing.
Right, here goes!
Snake of the abyssal deep!
Where are you going? Thunderblade! Mega Ray!
You picked the wrong fight!
Light Astro Lightning Condemned! Thunderblade!
Lightning
Got you! Hate him! Dance in the wind! You're mine!
Take this!
Mega
Sonic
Ray!
Thrust! Demon Fang!
Elusive deity!
Alright!
Hitting
Showtime! Mega Ray! Astro Light Dance in the wind! Take care! You're mine!
Take this!
There!
You're
Go!
finished!
Take it! It's over! Raging Cascade! Mega Ray! Dance in the wind!
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
Take it! Raging! I'm only getting started!
Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor owed.
I don't grant favors. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! I gave that one everything I had.
Give way!
A debut performance. Elusive bleeding.
Do they not teach you to say thank you in damage?
Not to a Renin, they don't.
Vanquish darkness! Anger storm!
Cover the capture!
Ignite!
Firmament render!
Elusive bleeding.
Arrow squall!
You turned the tables on us.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back. Here I go.
Rotating pile driver.
May a thousand gales carry it astray!
Clear for a
Gusty nail!
I'll face you.
Demon Fang!
Elusive deity.
Firmament render!
Elusive deity.
Firmament render!
Begin.
Arrow squall! Escape my
Burn in hell!
One more! Rally! Vanquish not on my watch! Vanquish darkness! Radiant pierce!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons? That's not to give me any idea.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
Ugh.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Gisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renin, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Raging Metal
No further!
Better to the front!
Here I come! You're finished!
Elusive deity!
Dragon, take it!
Benedict.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? I can heal myself.
Precise, and tonight's meal is on you.
Got it! Now's our chance! Arrow ball! Thousand gale! Can't close one! Man, thousand gale! Tear you to shreds! Cover the caster! Here, let me help! First aid!
Rising Wyvern!
Take this!
Gravitas field!
Raging Luna Storm!
I'm all stocked up! Firmament render! Here, let me help!
Entertain me.
First aid! Firmament render! None shall escape my judgment!
Resonate with the earth!
Firmament render!
Another incantation ruined.
Arrow ball!
Resonate with the earth!
You picked the wrong
Show
fight.
me your strength.
I never
wide open.
vanquish
It
darkness!
won't escape me.
Pierce through!
There! Got you!
Double
Divine retreat!
Demon Fang! Double
Annihilation!
This is some punishment.
You pay for that!
From death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Shattering
Here's a pieces!
Rising Wyvern!
Firmament render!
Take this!
I can handle it! I'm out of ammo! I'm on annihilation!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.